Ani, Amber Nindishnakas, Makwa Nindodam, Nea Shinaningming Nindonchi. Hello, my name is Amber Sandy. I am from Nea Shinaningming, which is also known as Cape Croker. It's my home community. I currently live on the French River. I'm an artist, a natural scientist, and I work for X University in their Faculty of Sciences outreach department. My office is called Sci Exchange, and I'm the Indigenous Knowledge and Science Outreach Coordinator. I've been focusing on hide tanning for the past, I would say, 3 years solidly. It's a really incredible process that has tons of incredible information and rich science embedded in it, and each step is really scientific. So it's been a really beautiful way to showcase Indigenous knowledge and science, and just to learn more about my own culture and knowledge through hide tanning. So this week we have been at Science North, myself and my mentor Brenda Lee, who I've began learning how to tan hides with. We've been working on a deer hide. We had it soaked about a week before we started the process here. We soaked it in a lye solution, which helps the hide to swell up, and it exposes the different layers of skin. Traditionally, you can use hardwood ash to make a lye solution, or you can use all sorts of different types of lyes that are available nowadays. So we soak the hide for a week, let it swell up, and then the first 2 days are scraping off the hair and the grain layer of the hide. The grain layer of the hide is that shiny part of a hide that you see when you get a commercially tanned piece of leather. We scrape that off so that the brains and the smoke can penetrate the skin really, really well. After that's done, we soak it in the lake overnight. So we brought it down to Ramsey Lake and just let it soak in there to sort of neutralize the hide and bring it back to its natural pH. After that, it's the brain step. So every fur-bearing mammal that we work with has the right amount of fats in its own brain to tan its own hide. So you only really need brains, but sometimes we like to add other things to make it like a very nice mixture. It smells great, and it also helps the hide break down its collagen fibers and make it really soft and pliable. So on the 3rd day, we take the brains, we heat it up. We added a little bit of unsalted butter and some sunlight soap as well, and just made a slurry with that that the hide then soaks in overnight. The next day is the stretching and drying day. So we take it out of the brain solution and we have to dry it out. And that's when we create like a hide donut over a pole, and we twist it to try to get as much moisture out of the hide as possible. After that, we cut holes around the whole edge of the hide and we string it up on a frame. And we pull it really tight, and as it stretches, we have to keep adjusting those ties to keep the hide really tight. And then we work it over and over again using poles or using hand tools. And the purpose of that is to help the hide dry while it's being moved. If the hide just dried while it was still, it would dry really stiff and essentially be a piece of rawhide. So we need it to be worked so that those fibers don't dry stiff and they dry nice and flexible, and that's what creates the beautiful hide product at the end. So after a full day of drying out the hide and stretching it, when it's completely dry, that's when you're done. And then your next step is to smoke the hide, and that's the final stage. So for smoking, we use punky wood. It's like a rotten wood, and we put it on top of hot coals, and we put that underneath the hide. We sew. It's nice to, when you have two hides, you can sew them together to make a smoke sack, and then you add a little canvas skirt onto the bottom of it, where you can put a bucket with your hot coals and your punky wood on top, and that's how we smoke the hide. It helps to cure the brains that are on that hide. And when the punky wood is smoking, it helps to release the resins that are natural in that tree and in that wood, and it coats the entire hide with that. So it actually makes it weatherproof. And it gives it that beautiful color that we're used to seeing when we talk about hides, tanned hides. As well as the smell, that beautiful smoky smell. It depends how long it takes to smoke a hide. Really, it's dependent on the weather, whether it's windy, what your conditions are, but also the color that you want to achieve. So we like to smoke the inside, the side that was against the meat of the animal, to a darker color. And then we flip it over and we smoke the outside, the hair layer, a little bit lighter. So depending on what color you want your hide and how smoky you want it to be, that changes. And that's how we tan deer hides. There's lots of really different methods that you can learn. It changes depending on what community you're from, who your teachers are, what you have access to, can totally change the process. People have all sorts of different ways that they've done it, and the beautiful thing about hide tanning is it's been done across the world, so there's lots of really amazing knowledge about making leather and tanning hides and using those parts of the animals.